She said, I am your attorney. I am not your friend. What's up, YouTube? It's Sion the Don, and I am back with another video. And we gotta go ahead and we have to talk about Tyler Perry's new Netflix film, Mea Culpa. Mea Culpa, Mea Culpa, Mea Culpa. However, we gotta talk about it because I finally watched the movie, and let me just say, I didn't dislike the movie. I didn't dislike the movie. So before we begin this video, if you are looking, for a video where someone's gonna bash Tyler Perry, this is not the one. I'm not gonna be bashing Tyler Perry because you never know. You never know. Tyler Perry might see this and want to put me in a movie or put me in a show. So, I ain't trying to burn no bridges. But I'm gonna keep it real. Okay? So, yeah, I'm going to be giving y'all my review on Tyler Perry's film, Mea Culpa, and I'm going to be saying some crazy thoughts that I kind of have. Back in my early days, it would be called conspiracy theories, but YouTube has cleaned all that out. So basically, it's just some crazy thoughts that I have, some little crazy thoughts that the movie sparked in my head, or theories, you can say. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads. Yeah, right? Okay, so boom, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, y'all. So I have my notes open because I do not want to, forget anything, and I want to make sure that I say what I have to say correctly. So, Mea Culpa stars Kelly Rowland as Mia Harper, a criminal defense attorney in Chicago, who takes the case of an artist, Zaire Malloy, who is played by Trevante Rhodes, who is accused of killing his girlfriend. When we are first introduced to Mia, she is in marriage counseling with her husband, Cal, played by Sean Sagar, due to them experiencing a marital crisis. So the crisis arose after Mia discovered that her husband was holding the hand of another woman in a coffee shop, a childhood friend whom his mother favors, and her name is Jenna. So Cal is a former anesthesiologist who has been semi-secretly unemployed for 8 months after getting high on his own supply. So, as you can assume, Mia is the one paying all the bills. She is handling all the finances as a strong Black woman should, but she's not independent. She is married. And Cal right now is a leech, and he sits on his ass and he plays video games all damn day. Oh, and drinks beer. Yeah. So he's living the good unemployed life, while a Black woman, an educated Black woman, is taking care of him. And he gets to sleep in while she is going to work. So in this scene, Cal ends up leaving marriage counseling early due to receiving a phone call from his mother. And Mia already knows before he even says that it is his mother. She already knows it's his mother. Because why? Because we learned that Cal is a baby. We learned that Cal is the true definition of a mama's boy. It does not matter. If his mom tells him to jump, his first question, no questions asked, he's going to say, how high? But we're not supposed to see this as a problem because we learned that his mother has cancer and that she's going through chemotherapy. But I would also like to add, we never see her in the hospital, and we never see her necessarily, I would say, sick. It is the day of Mia's mother-in-law's birthday, which is Cal's mother. It is her birthday. And they are celebrating her birthday at a fancy restaurant. So while he heads out, when his mother calls, Cal heads out and he goes ahead and he gets, he starts heading to the dinner. But Mia stays to finish the expensive counseling session that she's paying for, like everything else. And before this scene ends, Mia does say that the devotion that Cal has to his mother is like something she has never seen before, which I think is important. So in the next scene, Mia arrives at the restaurant for the dinner. And instantly upon getting there, she is greeted by Maddie, who is the owner of the restaurant, I believe, or he could be a manager, but I think he's the owner. So during this interaction, he asks her basically, does she know Zaire Malloy? And basically, to keep it simple, he basically, he's trying to get her basically, to be Zaire Malloy's attorney. He tells her that she's a good attorney and that he needs a good attorney. And he tells her that I know you, I know you and you're good. And he also mentions and what you did for my boy Vinny. So clearly he knows firsthand that she's a good attorney. That alone is the only backup that we get, that Mea is supposed to be this really good attorney. She's supposed to be one of the best criminal defense attorneys. That's the only backup we get from that. Because as the movie progresses, we don't get any courtroom scenes, no courtroom action. We don't really see Mea practicing law. We don't really see her being a lawyer. So if I could say there's anything that I would have liked to see more in the movie, I would definitely say that I would have liked to see Mea in action to really, see for ourselves that she's the best. Okay, moving on. So during this scene in the restaurant, we also finally get to meet the mother-in-law. And she is the full-blown definition of a Karen with a capital Karen. She is a Karen. And yeah, she is white. And strike one. As soon as she sees Mea, the first thing out of her mouth is, if I was Mea, this would have been strike one. Oh, look, Her Majesty, the Queen, has finally arrived. Okay, you want to be funny? Strike one. Then, immediately after, strike two. The mother-in-law says to her son, oh, don't worry, son, your second wife will be on time. All right, strike two. Birthday or not, strike two. You hit strike three, ma'am, you're not going to enjoy this birthday, okay? Strike three. She says, all right, so here's the third strike. The mother-in-law says, well, the third strike for me, if I was Mea, would have been immediately after that second strike. You want to introduce me to Jenna, Cal's childhood friend, and tell me she's such a wonderful girl. I don't care what she is, okay? If I was Mea, why would Mea care about that? You're trying to be funny. You're being a Karen right now, and you're picking with her. So during this scene at the restaurant, we are also introduced to Mea's brother-in-law, who is the assistant DA. So he's the assistant to the district attorney. And let me just say, as soon as we meet him, you can already tell what kind of person he is. His energy, his vibe, just the way he comes off as a prick. He just comes off as one of those old white politicians who are stuck in their ways, He doesn't come off as approachable, not someone you would want as a brother-in-law. Now, let me add this. Cal and his brother have a mixed racial background. But I'm saying in real life. So in real life, Sean and Nick are of mixed racial background. And in the movie, they are also of mixed racial background because their mother is white. We don't see a father. We don't really know anything about a father. Okay. Now, with that being said, both of them being of mixed racial background and having a white mother, both of them are married to black, dark-skinned women. Cal is married to Mea, who plays Kelly Rowland. The brother-in-law is married to Charlize, and Charlize is played by Come on, Mississippi was in there. Y'all know Mississippi from P-Valley. What's her real name? Shannon Thornton. Shannon Thornton from P-Valley was in there. And if you never seen the TV show P-Valley, you need to check it out. I think Shannon Thornton, her character, Mississippi, became everyone's favorite storyline in the film. No lie. And in this scene during the birthday dinner, both of these women, Mea and Charlize, are sitting at the end of the table. Neither one of them is sitting next to their husband. Neither one of them is really near the family. It's like they're at the end of the table. They're at the end of the table. And to me, that kind of highlights the issue. It kind of highlights the disregard for Black women. There's always, why are these two women sitting at the end of the table and not by their husbands, not by their mother-in-law, and, not really engaged with the rest of the group? So that right there should have been a sign for me to know, like, oh, this family got some issues going on. The reason I say that is because also during this scene, Cal gives his mother the birthday gift, and he says it's from Mea and I. And when she opens it, we see a wristwatch in a box. And from her reaction, we can only assume that it's an expensive watch. The watch had to cost at least a couple $1,000s, maybe more than a couple thousand. And instantly, and the mother just disregards that it's from Mea as well. And instantly, the first thing out her mouth is thank you to her son. But after that, she doesn't address Mea. She addresses Jenna, his childhood friend, and says something along the lines of, see, do you see how great he is? Like, why would you not say thank you? He said it's from him and Mea. You should be thanking him and her. You should be thanking both of them, because both of them are your children. That's your daughter-in-law. They're married. So that just shows the disregard that she has for her, and how, how Black women are just disrespected, and how Black women are just the most disrespected, because that was so disrespectful. And Cal does not come to her defense. He never stands up as a man to his mother. And I feel like your wife should come before your mother. You two said vows. You two basically took an oath to death do you part. So your mother disrespecting your wife is also disrespect to you. Okay, moving on. So, and then on the car ride home, Mea asks, how much was it? And he tells her, don't worry, I sold the piano. How are you just gonna disrespect your wife and sell her piano because you think she doesn't play it anymore, or she doesn't touch it anymore? So buy your mom an expensive watch that she probably doesn't even need, or probably will never really wear. Once again, showing how Black women are disrespected. She's even being disrespected by her husband, who's not working, who's not that great as his mother thinks he is, because he lost his job due to a drug habit, and now he's making financial decisions, purchasing $1,000 watches without his wife's consent or even talking about it. So we go ahead. So moving on, Mea finally agrees to go ahead and represent Zaire Malloy. Not only just because they need the finances, but also because she's enticed by the prospect of going head to head with her brother-in-law. The brother-in-law and the mother try to persuade Mea, not persuade, they tell her that she's not gonna take the case, once again disrespecting her. I don't understand how Cal as a man can sit there and allow his brother and his mother to disrespect his wife and sit here and tell her what she's not going to do. They don't know she's paying all the bills, but at this point, if I was Mea, all of the tea would have came out. I would have been like, look, I'm going to take this case because your brother is a bum right now. He ain't working and he ain't got nothing going. He sits on his ass all day, plays video games and drinks beer and sleeps in. And I'm paying all the bills, so I'm going to take the case. And there's nothing any of you can tell me about it. And actually, I'm sick of dealing with y'all. I feel like I'm married to you all as well. Here's the divorce papers for Cal and you as well, and all of you, since I'm married to all three of y'all, okay? That would have been my reaction at this point. But however, this is not going to be an easy case, because there's some evidence that's, pretty valid. Well, that seems pretty valid against Zaire, including cell phone footage of his presumed missing ex-lover or ex-girlfriend screaming, he's going to kill me. There's also evidence of her fractured skull bits embedded in one of his paintings. It's also worth mentioning that the brother-in-law is prosecuting Zaire to further his dreams of becoming mayor. That's why he's accusing Zaire, the brother-in-law. Spoiler alert, because I'm not going to really sit here and describe every aspect of the whole movie, because we'll be here all day and that will be a very long video for me to edit. Basically, it's a whole scheme. It's a whole goddamn elaborate scheme. So basically in the movie, Mea keeps it strictly business for about, a couple scenes. She keeps it classy, keeps it cute. She even quotes, I am your attorney, not your friend. She said, I am your attorney. I am not your friend. But sadly, Mea is no match. Mea is no match for the weak game and the weak come ons. They were not good at all. They were not. But she fell victim to him eventually. It's like when that man keep persisting, no matter how cheesy, how cringy, how corny it may be, Mea fell. She caved. Mea caved in. Let me quote what he said to her one time. He was like, Mea, I find you incredibly attractive. The way you smell, your brilliance, all very intriguing. It was just cringe at times. And it was just like, this educated black woman's going for that. For like this grown woman who got a man at home that's a leech. But I guess I could see that when they show us a scene of her and her husband having, doing the whoop-de-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, she just, it wasn't given for her. She wasn't enjoying it. And it was just like, he was, it seemed like he was enjoying it going to Pound Town, but she was just like unsatisfied. So I guess I could see her going for someone who's sensual a little bit and sexual, even if they are a little corny. Sometimes corny can be cute, huh? I don't know. So Mea has a private investigator. Jimmy is her private investigator, and he's like really top notch. Like he's that dude. Like he gets it. He know what he doing. He know what he doing. But even her relationship with Jimmy, her private investigator, at first I could be like, okay, I could see like her having an affair with him or something. Just because their relationship seemed more genuine, more real. I don't know. It was just like their scenes, like them together, it was just like more connection than her and Cal, her actual husband. Or her and Zaire, I should say too, because like their connection seemed forced. Because, of course, the movie is starring them too, but the connection didn't seem there how it was with Mea and Jimmy, in my opinion. So, besides all the, even like in the scenes where they talk about the case, it's like they turn into like Zaire making sexual advances, and then at one point, she tells him to stop smoking weed, and could have been maybe some more substance. I don't know. I'm not a movie critic, but I give my opinion, but I'm not a movie critic. I give just my regular people opinion. But the scene that really blew me was when, so she follows him basically to like a swingers party or some type of, I'm not gonna say a swingers because they probably weren't couples, but it was some type of like, party like that, like people just butt naked, getting it in everywhere, going at doing drugs, it looked like, and drinking. They were just, okay, they was simple as terms. They was sexual intercourse. That's what it was giving. Okay, I think she ended up running out or something. Someone asked her if she wanted to, do the whoopie whoop. It was something like that, and she was like, "Oh no." So boom. So now when I sing about Jimmy, long story short, Jimmy been following her husband for her. So just because she had questions, she just shit. You paying the bills. You better make sure it be faithful. For real, yo. Living off you, you better make sure. You better make damn sure he be right. So yeah, she made, so she got Jimmy following him. So basically he gives her some information that Cal was at the hotel. He was at the Wilmington, whatever it was called, with Jenna, and they was in room 214, room 2 something. I don't know, but it was room 211, room 211, I think it was. They was in room 211. It was like after that, she had just left Zaire and he was making advances. He had seen some like, some little sexual things. And she left, but after she got that information, she went back. And it was just like, she went back. And it was like, but wait, she goes back and there's a white girl there. She introduced herself like, "Hi, my name is Carrie. I'm the neighbor." Like, the neighbor? The neighbor. So now the neighbor's in his law. The neighbor, butt naked, I may add. Butt naked. She's there. But mind you, when she came in, he's getting head. And then, she's going crazy. He's like, "No need to introduce yourself. She won't be staying long," or something like that. So that's when she finally came back. She came back. Zaire and Carrie are in the middle of having sexual intercourse. Him and Carrie, like they're going at it full throttle when she comes back. And then it's like she just gets up. She just gets up and like goes to the side, like start getting herself together, like I guess to leave. And it's like, you mean to tell me, I guess because she's horny, it might be like a kink or it might be like a thrill, like he just did something with someone else. But I just don't see Mea being that type of person from the way how she's been portrayed and wanted to be so faithful to her husband. This type of wholesome woman she's being portrayed as, and how she carries herself in dresses and her career. She wouldn't be the type to just want a man, right after, want them sloppy seconds immediately. It was just kind of like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's how I feel about that. And I must add, the music during the movie was chef's kiss. And another thing I don't appreciate is people coming for Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, let me tell you, I don't understand why he gets so much hate every time he drops a movie. He directs, produces, and writes, and whatever you can do, he do it all his goddamn self. And I'm sure if he could do all the other stuff, he would do it himself too. So put some respect on his name. All right. As far as the ending of the movie, I really don't have too much to say because I feel like I already gave you a lot of indirect hints about the ending of the movie. And I don't want this to be too much of a spoiler just in case someone hasn't, already seen the film. But I will say, the ending was definitely one of my favorite parts of the movie. It was like, that's when the thriller part really kicked in. Like, that's when the movie really, got some action, had you like sitting on the edge of your seat. That sitting on the edge of your seat action. Tyler Perry, one thing about it, Tyler Perry is going to give you a good script. Even if in your opinion it's not a good script, you can still give him credit and say he's going to give you a watchable script. You're going to watch it from beginning to end, let's be honest. And one thing about it, everyone always talks about Tyler Perry's movies, but you watch every one that comes out. I even enjoyed the last one before this, if I'm not mistaken, A Jazzman Blues. That was good to me as well. That's what I pretty much had to say about the end. The ending was good. I was, could have some questions about another aspect of the ending, but that's neither here nor there. But also I would like to add, so one part about the ending we learned is that the brother-in-law was basically, he was shiesty. He was shiesty in simple terms. He was not a ethical assistant DA. He was basically he planned the stuff to get back at Zaire for, in my opinion, sleeping with his wife. Yeah. Charlize, Miss Mississippi, yeah, Miss P Valley. And I'm gonna explain all the details of that because that would take too much explaining. So he basically is getting back at him while also using him to push his campaign to be mayor. So the evidence that they had was not real. I say that really quick just to bring up, people should really consider how many, like in the real world, and although this is just a movie, but you see in shows all the time and movies all the time that a lot of what you see in TV shows and movies can happen in real life, or it does happen in real life at some point. And let's be honest, how many DAs do you think that are out here in the world? Do you think all the DAs are ethical? Do you think some DAs do push evidence and push certain things to further their career at the expense of black folks, at the expense of an innocent black man? That could very much be something that happens in today's society. And I think that was just like something that movie really, sparked my, picked my mind at, because that is very much something that could happen, very much something I could see, occurring. That doesn't seem too far-fetched. Okay, y'all, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little review, my little review on Tyler Perry's Mea Culpa. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.